This is pretty near and dear to your heart. Little Caesars, or Little C's, as Nick calls it whenever he goes out to get it. So, Little Caesars is a common staple of food that a lot of people in this house enjoy. The last time I had Little Caesars was, in fact... Yep, Little C's. There you go.
It's in my checkbook.
Literally puts it in his checkbook as Little C's. Last time I had Little Caesars was 10 days ago, when we were at the right before the metal show. Jacob and Justin basically placed an order at Papa John's down in Kingsport, and was just like, all right. And I was like, oh, I thought we were getting Little Caesars. Like, yeah, well, I got like bonus stuff at Papa John's. I'm like, well, can I still order Little Caesars, and can y'all pick it up for me? And they're like, oh yeah, sure, absolutely. And I don't like Papa John's. I don't. The only thing I like from Papa John's is that garlic butter stuff that they serve. Outside of that, their pizza is supremely mid.
Yeah, when they first came to Bristol back in the day, they were really, really good, but they went way downhill since then.
Yeah, for me, it's their cheese. I don't like their cheese. I never have liked their cheese. It's just me. But ordered Little Caesars. It was really good. I ate about half the pizza at the show, and then I packed it up and packed up the rest, and I ate the rest when I got home because I was hungry after the metal show because all that unloading and loading of equipment, and also playing a metal show and rocking my face off was kind of exhausting. So yeah. Anywho, just glad that we were able to get down there and enjoy it. But Little Caesars apparently has a pretty gangster CEO. So I guess we're gonna see what he.
I wonder if he's been the CEO the whole time.
I don't know. Maybe.
Because my opinion on Little Caesars throughout the years, when I was younger, I was like, Little Caesars is very low tier pizza, right?
It was for me too.
It's literally budget pizza, like. And then when I got older, I was like, yeah, it's like $5 for a hot and ready, and it's like, yeah, it hits the spot for pizza when you're broke for sure. And then now, recently, Little Caesars is better than Domino's.
And that's
Domino's was like the best one for a while, but Domino's has started to dwindle in quality recently.
In a lot of ways, yes.
But yeah, like Pizza Hut has gone way back up in quality after they had a drop off for a while. Like Pizza Hut used to be the place in the 90s, and then they dropped off. Then they've come back recently, but even recently, now that they have the stuffed crazy crust.
Oh yeah.
Dude, Little Caesars, and like for the price,
you can't beat it.
Yeah, like they slap.
They're
absolutely my favorite pizza place currently, and that is crazy. I never thought that would happen.
Oh gosh. So I like Little Caesars a lot. It's probably my second favorite pizza place. My favorite is always has been Pizza Hut for the longest time, and Domino's, I would say they're third right now after Little Caesars.
I just mostly go to Domino's out of convenience because they're open the latest.
Yeah, and they're fairly close, and also the one that direction has a drive-through, so just drive up. Hey, where's my pizza? Thanks. Bye. But either way, that'd be the only thing. If Little Caesars did have a drive-through, or like that pizza portal thing at the drive-through, that'd be legit. That would be straight legit. But anywho, we have the Fat Files, aka the Fat Electrician, talking here with us about the most gangster pizza CEO, Little Caesars. So let's check it out. Here we go. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
I started looking into this company because it was a staple in my childhood growing up poor, and I like cheap pizza, and boy did it take some unexpected turns.
Wow.
Today we're talking about Little Caesars Pizza. Ladies and gentlemen, there's two types of people on the planet. There are people that like Little Caesars, and there's people that lack critical thinking skills. Buh! Little Caesars is not good pizza. Buh! Okay, nobody said it was. They said it was hot, ready, and it cost $5. Oh.
Yeah.
It reminds me a lot of the Chris Porter bit about Taco Bell.
Yeah.
It's like, I like Taco Bell. Taco Bell's never lied to you.
For me, it
It's
reminds
like,
me
go
of
to
the Russian
Taco
Badger
Bell,
bit.
look for the word food. It's not in there. It's like it is called fourth meal for legal reasons.
Yep. For me, it's the I'm reminded of the Russian Badger bit that he did. It's like Little Caesars, they don't care. They just tell it's like $5, you get a hot and ready pizza. Oh, hot and ready pizza, isn't it good? I said
It's
it is hot and
it's
it is ready. $5, please.
But to be honest, nowadays, yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah. Now,
It's gone up in quality somehow. I don't understand how it's gone up in quality, but not in price. But I'm impressed that it has. And
Yeah.
I'm grateful that it has.
And then not only that, but you also get like pizzas that they actually make for you instead of like you just walk in and getting a $5 pizza.
And it's still not a bad price.
Oh no, not a bad price at all, and you get a good quality pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, nobody in their right mind is walking into Little Caesars, seeing an entire case of already cooked pizzas that are hot, ready, and cost $5, and are thinking to themselves, wow, I bet that pizza is absolutely delicious, okay? And if you think that, guess what? I've got a dress shirt to sell you that I wore while I was drinking alcohol at the Pentagon, which is banned, by the way, which in hindsight's a horrible example because I actually did wear this shirt while I was drinking alcohol at the Pentagon.
Hell yeah. Okay, the unsubscribed podcast, that's hilarious. Also,
Oh, man.
Wait a second, wait.
In hindsight's a horrible
Hold on.
example because I actually did wear this shirt while I was drinking alcohol at the Pentagon.
Okay, the fact that you call White Claws alcohol, even though they are alcohol, I'm just joking. If Chad were here right now, he'd be like, what the fuck did you just say?
Much better knowing.
Like, you just downed that whole fucking
I
White
just want to
Claw.
finish a White Claw in the Pentagon.
I've done the same thing.
Also, in my
how
defense,
you get
before it
drunk
even
on
gets brought up
phone.
in the comment section, I did not get
Just
to
kill him.
You just smashed to Chad taught me that.
Wow, it actually worked.
choose the type of alcohol. Okay, I would have chose Busch Light all day and tomorrow. But when life gives you White Claws in the basement of the Pentagon,
Liquor before beer. I'm a liquor drinker, man. I can't help it. I prefer. Let's go say. You want to see what I prefer? I like my shine with the moon. Yep. Ugh. Also, it's still well, it's not St. Patty's Day anymore, but fuck it. Oh, Jesus. Oh. Fucking 55 proof. You feel every bit of it.
you chug them. That's my bad. Disregard. Anyways, the point I'm trying to get across to you is nobody's going to Little Caesars because they want really good pizza, okay? Little Caesars is for mom that has been working 40 hours a week and is driving home and doesn't want to cook dinner. And then she sees a Little Caesars and is like, holy shit, I can feed myself, my husband, and my 2 kids for $6.99 by buying a pizza, crazy bread, and marinara sauce.
Yes.
And the craziest part about that everybody has to respect is the fact that Little Caesars pizza has been $5 since 1997, okay? It is the Arizona tea of the pizza world. Whoever runs Little Caesars
It is
and
the
Arizona
Costco hot dog. Well, not anymore. I heard Costco was actually raising the price of their hot dogs and everyone lost their shit.
Ooh.
tea should be put in charge of the U.S. economy. And we're going to talk about how they managed to keep the prices that low.
Whoever the CEO of Arizona Iced Tea is should be put in charge of the U.S. economy. It's like, looks up Arizona Iced Tea CEO. Elon Musk?
No.
I'm fucking with you. I just thought that it'd be funny as hell. It's just like Arizona Iced Tea. And it's like, holy shit. Really?
Right after a word from our sponsor. Yeah, babe, what's up?
Hey, I need a boombox.
Okay, I can go get you one.
Perfect.
All right, I'll go get it now. Love you.
Love you.
All right, bye.
1 hour later.
Where's that boombox that I asked for?
Oh, it's right here. I got it for you.
What is this?
The boombox.
No, I wanted something to play music with.
Oh, that kind of boombox.
Well, technically, I mean, the gunshots are the beat. Y'all remember that one?
Yeah, I got this instead.
Okay, we'll go to the store and get me a boombox so I can listen to music.
Can I keep this one still?
I don't care.
This video is brought to you by Delete Me. Okay, super simple business model. You give them money, they turn around and they make sure that online data brokers are not selling your personal information online. Okay, here's the deal. Pretty much anytime you use a free service on the internet and you click that little box that says, I agree to the terms and conditions, you've basically just agreed to allow them to harvest as much of your personal information as humanly possible. They then turn around and sell that to online data brokers, and that's how they can afford to offer you a free service. But when you have Delete Me, they go and they monitor all of these online data brokers for your personal information, and then if they find it, they submit all the opt-out forms on your behalf, so they have to take down and stop selling that information. So when you buy Delete Me, you're not actually buying anything, you're just buying your way out of all the negative consequences of all the free shit that you've already gotten. And because they continue to monitor those data brokers, you're buying yourself out of all the future negative consequences of all the free shit that you haven't even gotten yet. So if you want to give Delete Me a try, there's going to be a link and a discount code down below. Let's get back to the video. All right, our story begins on July 20th, 1929, when a young Mike Ilitch is born, the son of two first-generation immigrants. Like pretty much everybody born at this point in time, he grows up, he ends up joining the military, and he ends up becoming a United States Marine. Serves 4 years in the Marine Corps, comes back home, meets a young lady by the name of Marion, ends up marrying her. Then he ends up playing pro baseball for the Detroit Tigers, the New York Yankees, and the Washington Senators. Damn. Unfortunately, he ends up getting a knee injury and is forced into early retirement. At this point, that was like everything he was banking on, and he just has to start taking whatever jobs he can find. He's working as a handyman, he's working as a door-to-door salesman for aluminum awnings, literally just doing whatever he can do to get by. So him and his wife end up saving up $10,000, and they want to use that money to start up their own pizza place, and that's exactly what they do. And whenever you start a new business, the first thing you do is come up with a name. And Mike wanted to call it Pizza Treat, and his wife chimes in, is like, no, I hate that name. I want to name the restaurant after my pet name for you, Little Caesar. Which is weird because Mike is average height, he was 5'9", Caesar was only 5'7", and Mike is significantly taller than his wife, so I don't know why she would come up with the name Little Caesar. Wait, Little Caesar always depicted by stabbing his spear into a pie. Wait, pull up a picture of the Little Caesar.
It's not exactly little, is it?
Holy shit.
That's a peanut.
Wait, was this?
Yep. Yep. That's.
Oh no.
Look at it. Take a good long fucking look at it.
You gotta be kidding me.
Instead of pizza, it's penis.
Caesar? Holy shit.
That's a peanut.
Wait, was this a Marine Corps dick joke the entire time? I'm conflicted. On one hand, my childhood is ruined, but on the other hand, it's a multi-billion-dollar Marine Corps dick joke, which is just perfect. I wonder if Melinda Gates is who came up with the name Microsoft.
Not that funny.
Yes, it is. Because of the ERV joke. Like Steve Jobs being like, it's like, hey Bill, why'd you name your company after your dick?
Fair enough.
Oh my god. Oh. Oh, fat electrician. You got me with that one. You got me with that one. Oh. That's just like, you know, the trailer we still got sitting out there. People were like,
I meant to ask you about that. Is that supposed to? You guys are just leaving that there till the next show?
No, I was supposed to take it back this week, but I could never find the time when Jake was home. So instead, when he comes up tomorrow, I'm gonna be driving him home with that in tow. Okay. And that's
so
gonna be that.
If he's gonna stay here until then, you should at least move it to the driveway because it's gonna kill the grass.
No, hell no, dude. I ain't gonna leave it there. But out there, whenever I was out on my last smoke break, everyone was just like, we should give the trailer a name. It looks like a Lester. I was like, okay. Officially, your name is Lester. First name Mo.
Wow.
I actually got Sam Lloyd with that one. Sam Lloyd wasn't expecting that. All right, anyway.
Sorry, we're getting way off track. Little Caesars was originally Little Caesars Pizza Treat, and it opened up in 1959, and their slogan was Pizza Pizza, which is the most Marine Corps slogan of all time. Just say whatever it is twice. Except, of course, in Canada, Pizza was already trademarked, so they had to go with quality instead.
Nerd alert!
Let me hear you say.
Right out of the gate, their first restaurant is a huge success, and they end up franchising and getting another location open within the first 3 years. Then they start opening up Little Caesars all over the country. It's a huge chain, and somewhere along this line, they end up ditching the original name of Little Caesars Pizza Treat and just shorten it to Little Caesar, which I'm never going to be able to say the same ever again now. Is this why the breadsticks are so thin? So business is going great. They start opening up restaurants all over the United States. They've even got some up there in Canada. They keep the company privately owned, so they get to make all the decisions. Everything's going great. They're making a ton of money, at which point Mike sets his sights on going and buying the favorite team that he played for when he was a professional baseball player, the Detroit Tigers. He wants to own the entire team, and he's got the money to do it. But in 1998, the CEO of Domino's, his direct competitor, bought the team out from underneath him.
Son of a bitch.
Okay, this is a Marine. This is shots fired. This means absolute
not
war.
only did I bring up Chris Porter earlier in the video, but now he's talking about the dude bought the Detroit Tigers, which is also Chris Porter's stand-up.
Yeah, where it's like half the Detroit Tigers and sons of Mumford and Sons are playing beer pong.
So what ends up happening is Mike still wants to own a sports team, so what he does instead is he ends up buying the Detroit Red Wings, the hockey team, and under his command, they do great, start winning a bunch of games.
I think they won like four chips under his watch, which is impressive. How many of the Detroit Tigers won? Oh, right.
Becoming so regular, we should just have Michigan Day at the White House when the Red Wings come.
The Tigers, on the other hand, are doing absolutely terrible under the ownership of the CEO of Domino's, so he's forced to sell, and by 1992, Mike is able to buy the Detroit Tigers as well. And under his ownership, the Detroit Tigers start doing awesome as well. But Mike is not about to forget what the CEO of Domino's did.
I don't even think you really know what a bad day is.
So in 1993, right after he bought the Detroit Tigers, Mike launches the Big campaign for Little Caesars, which kicks off what is today known as the Pizza Wars. At this point in time, there's 3 major pizza chain restaurants in the United States of America. You've got Little Caesars, Domino's, and Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
How does it make you feel?
Yes. How does it make you feel? It doesn't matter how you feel.
It doesn't matter how it makes you feel.
I know why they had to switch. To this view right here, because they wanted to make it look like the kid was starting to cry when instead the kid was actually laughing. Because I guarantee you, The Rock was just like, I'm gonna say my catchphrases to you, and you can't smile. And the kid's like, I'll try not to. I mean, you got The Rock sitting in front of you, dude. I mean, come on.
And Little Caesars comes up with a brilliant marketing plan of what if we just sold big-ass pizzas? So they had their big promotion where they just sold a massive pizza and said that it was bigger than all the other pizzas on the market. That went so well and they made so much money that they actually started to make more money than Domino's, at which point Pizza Hut fired back by launching their Sasquatch pizza. And then Domino's came in with their Dominator pizza. It was literally a nuclear arms race of the pizza world. It was the golden age of pizza fast food. Then in 1997, after the pizza wars subsided, Little Caesars needed to have their next big promotion, and what they went with was hot and ready. They decided to shift the entire direction of the company. They weren't going to focus on dine-in. They weren't going to have dine-in at all. They weren't going to deliver. It was going to be, you can walk in, pick up your pizza. Not only can you pick up the pizza, it's going to be there, it's going to be hot, and it's going to be ready. It's already done, and it's cheap as fuck. It's brilliant. It's cheap, it's fast, it's highly effective. You're a mom taking her kid to soccer practice, and you forgot, oh shit, it was my turn this.
Oh, I got to call and then wait for it, but we're already here next to the pizza place, so like that sucks.
Yeah.
We need to be home, like, you know.
It's like, well, Little Caesars is like just 2 minutes out of the way, and they've already got stuff that's hot and ready to go. Versus if we get home and we call Domino's, we're going to be waiting like more than 30 minutes, sometimes an hour to get our pizza.
Even then, like, I still will occasionally get a hot and ready from Domino's if it's just like, I need food now. They're the only thing open around here. Like, you know, and,
Nick has a rumbly belly and he wants food now. Call Little Caesars.
Anyways,
sorry.
I was gonna say that like I got the app and I started actually putting in orders for the pizza because the pizza you order from them is even better. Like so.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to do the JG Wentworth jingle because I was just thinking.
It's all good. I was just like, I hope my brain like continues my thought.
I'm sorry.
Until he gets done with this.
I'm sorry. I just couldn't.
ADHD,
I couldn't help myself.
You know. I was like, don't lose the thought.
I couldn't help myself. As soon as you took a break, I was just like, Nick has a rumbly belly and he wants food now. Call Little Caesars. Hot and ready pizzas right now. That actually works. That actually works. Come on, Nick.
Cringe.
Week to bring the food to feed all the kids after soccer practice, and then you drive by, see a Little Caesars, and know that you can pick up 5 pizzas for like $30, the day is saved. And only focusing on pickup is actually part of the reason that the food is so cheap, because the buildings don't need to be that big. They can occupy these little tiny commercial areas because all they need is a kitchen and like a 3-foot wide area with a cash register for people to pay when they pick up their pizza. You're not wasting money on a dining area, you're not wasting money on delivery drivers, and that's a big part of why they managed to keep the pizza price at $5. On top of that, they did everything as cheaply as possible. Their marinara sauce is literally from concentrate, so the employees just dump this can of concentrated tomato paste in and mix it with water, and that's what the sauce is. And then they use the cheapest cheese they could get their hands on. And then for the dough is actually the good part, because the dough is actually made fresh every single day, because buying pre-made dough was more expensive than just making dough in-house. So the dough is actually really fresh, and that's why the crazy breadsticks are so good.
Got all this large pie and the crazy bread and the sauce for $6.
Somehow they managed to...
He's a good channel.
He is. He's awesome.
Keep the price of the pizza $5 flat until 2022. It literally took a global pandemic that forced people to stay in their houses and not interact with people to get them to raise the price of their pizza. That's incredible. Okay, just for the record, gas prices alone went up 231% during that same time frame. We're not even going to talk about the housing market, and somehow these guys managed to keep the pizza at $5. And guess how much they were forced to raise the pizza price by in 2022? 55 cents. The pizza is now, to this day, still $5.55. And in exchange for the price increase, you got 33% more pepperoni on your pizza. Okay, and why does this happen? For the same exact reason that it happened with Arizona Tea. Okay, it is a privately owned company. They are not worried about getting more money for all of their shareholders. Once the owner has enough money to go out and buy all of his favorite sports teams, there's no reason to raise the price on the product, right? As long as he's still making money, he's happy. So that's exactly what he keeps doing. Okay?
Yeah, I mean... And think about and consider this, ladies and gentlemen. If you know, these big corporate like entities come in and they fuck shit up, and all of a sudden these corporate entities sell off these intellectual properties to like individual owners, guess what's going to happen? Quality, more likely than not, is going to go up. I mean, the corporate entities almost never let go of anything because they're, you know, they're stubborn bastards, but hey, there's always holding out for the hope. Fingers crossed, you know, that your favorite thing will get let go. Metal Gear Solid. Never gonna happen, because Konami, basically, they're gonna milk that for as long as they can. And it'll take literally like a rogue billionaire coming in with like $300 million and just being like, I want to buy the rights to Metal Gear Solid.
At least right now they're not defiling it anymore because they're concentrating more on Silent Hill.
And thankfully they actually did a good job with Silent Hill too. Silent Hill F.
I don't remember if I got to talk to you about it, but Silent Hill F or Forte or whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't look like Silent Hill, but it looks badass as hell.
That's what I was saying. I basically was saying the same thing. Is that it doesn't look like Silent Hill because, you know, it doesn't fit the motif.
Yeah, it's set in Japan.
Yeah. And I know that they've said, oh, well, Silent Hill's been set other places too. It's like, to a certain extent, but still, it's relative to Silent Hill.
Yeah.
Now, if all of a sudden, in one of the parts of the game, they walk through the mist and all of a sudden they're in Silent Hill, it's like, oh, shit. Then we're on to something.
But it's like, why would that happen? Like...
Mm-hmm. It make more sense than what they got going on.
But either way, the game looks awesome, so I'm still going to play it.
Yeah.
Because it looks absolutely like something that I would 100% be into.
Hey, is Little Caesars cutting corners on the pizza? Yeah, it's their entire business model is to make the cheapest pizza possible, okay? But unlike most other companies, Little Caesars takes all that cost savings and passes it along to the customer, not giving it to their shareholders. Buh! I don't care if it's cheap, it still tastes like cardboard. Buh! You know what? Keyboard warriors would know exactly what cardboard tastes like, wouldn't you? I bet you could differentiate brands of Windows by the taste. And you know what? I'm willing to concede. Is Little Caesars the best pizza if I'm judging by taste? Absolutely not. But you know what? It still tastes better than Italian pizza.
It's not great. It's not horrible. You're gonna get fat.
Ugh, how can you even say that? The Italians literally invented pizza, and that's how it's supposed to be. Italian pizza has to be the best by default. Buh. A, no it doesn't. B, that doesn't even make sense, okay? You can say what you want about Little Caesars pizza, but at least they figured out how to spread the cheese evenly. Okay, Italian pizza is literally...
Yep. 100% agree.
Like,
what is that?
That's an
What is that?
That's them like instead of shredding the mozzarella and like spreading it out, they cut pucks of mozzarella off like the brick of mozzarella that they made, and they just like throw it on the pizza at random, and then they throw a couple leaves on here. And
I had one of those exactly one time, and I was like, I'm not at all impressed. Like, the ratio of sauce to cheese is completely off. Like,
I will give the Italians credit on multiple things. I'll give them credit for pasta and the revolution of pasta that they made. That, you know, it just...
Well, it's like, good on you for inventing this idea in the first place, but it's been refined since then.
Yes, and I know Dave. Earlier he showed Dave. What's his name? He's the dude from Barstool Sports. One Bite Pizza reviews. But Dave Portnoy. He showed Dave Portnoy, and basically Dave Portnoy is a bit of a pizza snob. Like, he goes to some of these places, and he's like, oh, this is traditional Italian? Okay. Oh, like a 9-2? It's like, and I guarantee I would eat that, and I'll just be like, where's the fucking cheese? Yeah, but anyway.
Literally, like, what if I had bread with tomato paste all over it and then I threw 4 giant cheese balls on top? Okay, no, why would you do that? I want the next bite of pizza to taste exactly like the last bite of pizza, because pizza's fucking delicious. Okay, I don't care if the Italians did it first. They did it wrong, okay? Just because something's first doesn't mean it's the best or the right way to do something, okay?
Exactly.
The Model
It's like
T
democracy.
was the first mass-manufactured car. That doesn't mean that the Model T is better than my F-150. But it gets better, because not only did Mike manage to keep the price of the pizzas low simply because he could afford to and he's a good guy, he also took a ton of the profits that he made because he was making so much money and did a bunch of philanthropy. He created the Little Caesars Love Kitchen, which was a mobile Little Caesars that they would drive into natural disaster areas and give out free food to people. He helped with veterans charities. He funded youth hockey leagues. In 1994, when Rosa Parks was attacked because she lived on the bad side of town, Mike heard about this and then got her into a nicer apartment on a nicer side of town.
I knew about this.
Oh, that's cool.
I knew about this, and to me, I will always salute this man because of just because of this, if nothing else.
And paid her rent for the rest of her life and never even told anybody.
Whoa.
Dude didn't do it for people.
Exactly.
That's dope.
Didn't do it for the good press, literally just did it because it was the right thing to do, and nobody found out about it until he passed away. And
Fucking A right. Like, that's just like Nicholas Winton. I don't know if you ever heard of Nicholas Winton. Nicholas Winton, basically, he's called the British Schindler. He went down to this like kindergarten thing, and he basically formed a plan to get all of these little Jewish kids out of Czechoslovakia before the Nazis came through, and he got all of them out. He rescued, I think it was like, it was around 12, or not 1,200, that was Schindler. He rescued about, I think, 700 kids, and Nicholas Winton didn't tell a soul about it. He did it because it was the right thing to do. And then later on, his wife was going through his journals and stuff like that, and he found like all the signatures of like all the kids and everything, and she tracked them down, and it was one of the most beautiful moments in TV ever. Nicholas Winton was invited to be on this TV show, thinking he was going to be telling like war stories or stuff like that, and then all of a sudden he gets surprised and he's like, "Mr. Winton, I want to introduce you to this woman next to you. She's one of the little girls. She's one of the little kids that you saved. And is anyone else here in the audience was saved by Nicholas Winton?" The entire audience stood up.
Oh, wow.
And Nicholas Winton literally stood up and looked back and just started bawling. And at the end of it, Nicholas Winton sat down, just like wiped the tears from his eyes, and it was so beautiful. And Nicholas Winton lived to be over 100 years old. I think he lived to be like 104. And if you ask me, a long life could not have been bestowed upon a greater human being. Nicholas Winton is a hero, and he deserved I wish he'd have lived to been 200, man. And that way his story could have lived much longer and people would have hope from his story. But anyway.
He did pass away in 2017 at the age of 87 years old. His widow became one of the wealthiest women in the entire country. Okay, that's the American dream. Dude goes off, serves 4 years in the Marine Corps, comes back home, finds a beautiful girl, marries her, plays professional baseball, blows out his knee, dreams are ruined, doesn't give up on himself. Goes out, starts a business, makes so much fucking money that he buys the sports team he used to play for and a couple of other sports teams. Does it all without being greedy, cutting corners to screw over his customer. He cuts corners to save the customer money so even poor people can afford to buy their kids pizza. And then with all the extra money he makes, he does a bunch of charity work and then dies at 87 years old, leaving his widow a billionaire like a complete fucking gangster. And the cherry on top, the entire thing was based off of one big elaborate multi-billion-dollar dick joke, which is a title that only a Marine could achieve. This video is so unhinged, I don't even know how to end it. I guess just like, be like Mike, you know, never give up on yourself, never compromise your morals to make more money. If you can do charity work along the way, that's great. And apparently making dick jokes works. Thank you for watching. Best way to support the channel is go buy some merch over thefatelectrician.com. Quack bang out. Somebody's going to take that advice too literal, and there's going to be a new pizza chain called Girth Brooks. I guarantee it.
This afternoon, we asked him to join in a moment of silence to honor his memory. Thank you.
You'll never discover new oceans unless you have the courage to lose sight of the shore. Mike and Marion had the courage to lose sight of the shore and discover new oceans. They kept pushing Detroit, and it had not been for them, I am saying Detroit would not be in the renaissance that they're in now.
I just want to be remembered as a good father and somebody who loves Detroit. You know, I like to be remembered as for the people that know me as a decent guy.
You are remembered, my friend.
I'd say they remember you as better than decent.
Yep. So. I'd say remembered as a great man.
I literally eat your pizza every Friday now.
Yeah. Let's see. What was it? Oh, yeah. There we are. The Detroit Red Wings, in terms of their history, since he took over, they won 1, 2, 3, 4 Stanley Cups. So that's pretty crazy. And let's see. Oh. Owner, Illich Holdings. Yeah. So there he is. There's Mike. Oh, man. And then, wait. Yeah, born and died in Detroit.
That is why I wanted to buy the Tigers.
Yep. Owner of Detroit Tigers and Red Wings, co-founder of
You know, when you think about it, like, they started doing well under his ownership. Like, that makes sense. Like, teams need to be owned by somebody who's actually played, you know?
Oh, yeah. And the Detroit Tigers, I mean, they got to a World Series. You know, they actually, like, under him, they actually won their Central Division 4 years in a row, and they made it to the World Series in 2012. And yeah, basically, they had one of the best players in the world for like during his peak, like Miguel Cabrera.
Do you think the color scheme for Little Caesars is because of the Detroit Tigers?
Maybe. It
like
might
orange?
be. You never know. I don't know. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me because look, that's the old logo. It was originally red. And then, yeah, it might very well be. Actually, how was Mike as a
So I guess
player?
I guess the orange is just on that wiki page, though. That might not be their actual colors. So
oh no, those are actual colors.
They are orange now.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, that's their that's one of their primary accent.
So you would think tigers are orange. So.
Yeah. How was he as a player? Oh wait, really? You ain't gonna tell us like
about his baseball career?
Really? You ain't gonna tell us about... Yeah, you ain't gonna tell us about... It doesn't have anything on the Wikipedia page.
Let's see.
I turned home. Detroit Tigers offered him $3,000 to sign and play baseball. Okay. 4-year minor league career. Played most second base for the Tigers, New York Yankees, Washington Senators, Pennsylvania, Ontario, New York League, Cotton States, and the Florida International was forced out due to a knee injury. Okay.
So he didn't really play for very long, but he did play.
Yeah. Well, I give the man all the credit in the world for being an actual good, like, philanthropist, someone who actually wanted to benefit the people who worked for him.
Yeah.
Instead of thinking of his own, like, pitiful self.
Always appreciate business owners that don't suck, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And you see so many of them nowadays who are so willing to just, like,
most CEOs
undercut.
Suck.
Yeah, they're willing to undercut the people who work for them.
They're taking like $1 million paychecks during a year while they fire half their freaking crew. Like,
exactly.
Got them that paycheck in the first place.
My thing is, if I make enough money to where I basically don't have to worry about money ever again, I'm just gonna be like, okay, you can keep me as CEO and everything. I mean, I've got stock options in the company and everything, so if the company does good, I make money either way. So I will take a $1 a year salary, and I want the amount of money that would go to me on my regular pay, I want that divided up amongst the employees that work for me. Not amongst the board of directors. Y'all make plenty of money too. Don't get greedy. Don't dip your fingers too deep in the honey pot. But the people who actually make the company run, I would want them to benefit and be able to not only have livable wages, but get to the point where they can take care of themselves and their families, and that's what I would want more than anything. And I think as a CEO and someone who understands the plight of the working class, that's what you would strive for. You would strive for people to have that comfort while working for you, because it shows them that you care, because you do care, because you actually want them to have better in life. But
a lot of CEOs didn't get to where they were by having any kind of empathy with the working class, though. They got to where they were about steamrolling everybody in their way.
Yeah, and by being a cutthroat
a lot of the times
dickhead.
They never started on the bottom.
Yeah, and to me, that shows me like how some bosses need to have a humbling moment. Mm-hmm. Some bosses need to have that humbling moment where they don't volunteer at a soup kitchen for like one day and say, well, I did the work, so therefore, now I know what it's like to be a grunt working in the trench. No, you don't. No, you don't. Don't act like that. It's like you work one day at McDonald's, it's like, I'm a member of the working class people. No, you're not. You never have been.
That's why I like the idea of that show that took like owners of companies and made them go work like...
Oh, Undercover Boss?
Yeah, Undercover Boss.
That was actually really good.
It's like that. I think every boss needs to do that. They need to go work all the other positions in their company for like several weeks to see what it's like and make sure that the conditions are good for the people working them.
There was actually one boss that actually did that, and he worked at his company, and he worked in the shipping yard, and he forgot one of the safety protocols, and while nothing bad happened, the manager on duty found out about it, and basically told him, like, look, this is a no-no out here. And, like, the union has basically made it clear that if this happens on the job after you've already been briefed on it, we have to let you go. So basically, the boss got fired. The boss of the company got fired from the position that he was working. And then later, the guy, when he got brought in and found out that the guy that he fired was the boss, he was mortified. He thought he was going to get shit canned. Instead, you know what the boss did?
He probably got commended for it.
The boss was literally just like...
following the rules and the safety procedures.
The boss was literally just like, he was like, you followed everything to the letter. And while you had to let me go, I saw that you hated that you had to do it. You hated that you had to let me go because you knew that I meant well, but you still had to adhere to the rules, and I respect that. and that was it. The guy got a raise from that. I mean, rarely do you ever fire your boss and get a raise for it. That's like a very rare occurrence. But
well, that's whether or not your boss is a freaking like narcissist or not. You know?
Yeah.
It's like if they're like a rational human being, then they're going to understand why that happened, and they're gonna commend you for doing your job. But if they're like a narcissist with like a huge pride and ego complex, then they might freak out over it and fire you over it and stuff, which would be completely irrational and unwarranted. But,
agreed. But all right. Anyway, we're gonna end this one here. This was the most gangster pizza CEO.
Now I want pizza. It's nowhere close to Friday. Dang it.
Yeah, I know, right? And it's also past 1 a.m.
I can't. I wasn't talking about tonight, anyways.
Oh, okay.
It's like I'm gonna be thinking about pizza all week, though, waiting on Friday.
Oh, okay.
So I'm trying not to let this get any worse, guys.
Yeah, same. I've already lost I've lost 7 pounds now.
I've lost 40.
Well, since I've been back on my diet, I mean, overall, I've lost.
I've been
still in my third
low carb thing for about 6 months or more now.
At 31 pounds now, because I'm down from 363 down to like 332. So I'm doing pretty good. Can't complain. But
I basically got told by my doctor if I was going to continue eating carbs at the level that I was risking my heart health. So
fair enough.
I had to stop eating carbs so much.
That's basically what I've had to do. I'm not saying I completely eliminated carbs from my diet, but I've severely cut down on them. Like I've gone down like 90% of the carbs that I was eating, and it's helping. It's helping a lot. And plus, drinking all this damn water, water bottle, a little bit of moonshine never hurt nobody though. Except it did, because, it's not like I'm drinking and driving. But anyway. Thank you all very much for tuning in, and until next time, I'm Nate.
I am Nick.
Be good people. Take care. Peace.